Hello there, everyone. Welcome to Tournament Fishing, the deck building game. I'm Greg Mailer. Today I'm going to be demonstrating a few turns of the solo mode and to show you a little bit about the Tabletop Simulator mod here if you want to try it out. As you probably saw during the first part of the video, I deleted a few of the starting decks and I'm going to use this one, which is going to be having the green names as the title names, and so that's the deck I'm going to be using, and there's 4 if you want to play multiplayer. Over here on the left hand side I have the Rods and Boats expansion, which is going to be available during the crowdfund or the crowd sale, that you can add on and get it for much cheaper than you will afterwards, since you get a discount with the crowdfund. But today I'm not going to demonstrate that. I do plan to do another video to do that, but for this video we're going to just get rid of these, and you can look at the next video that I do if you would like to know more about that. Let's get a little bit of these. Now each player also has a little player aid here that you can reference, but I'm going to delete the other ones. I'll leave this one here because I might show it to you as we go. So let's get everything ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and select my color, shuffle my deck, shuffle all these other decks. Now in the solo mode, the only difference as far as setup goes is you shuffle the clock deck here. Instead of ordering it from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m., you go ahead and shuffle it. And so that's really the only difference. Alright, let's get this going. So we'll give the late deck a shuffle and go ahead and set up the lake. Now for the for the solo and 2-player game, you're going to do one row of 5 cards, and each pile is going to have 8 in them. If you play a 3-player, it's going to be 2 rows of 4 with I think 5 in each column, and then if in each pile, and then 4-player you're going to have 2 rows of 5, and there's 4 in each lake spot. So the reason for that is the more anglers you have in the game, the more spots you want to have, so that there's a little bit more breathing room, so that there's less chance that you sort of get fished on your little area. You have 1 or 2 spots that you can kind of focus on, and if somebody else wants to cast there and kind of be mean, quote unquote, then they can. But anyway, that's why there's a difference in the number of spots. It's just so that you have a little bit more area to make your casts. Okay, so one thing I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to bring all this down so it's easier to see. And I like to go ahead and just give them a shuffle again, just for fun. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw our 6 cards to start the game. Let's put out the bait shop. Alright. And let's go ahead and I like to do the over the top view. Let's do this one. Alright, I think we're looking good to go pretty much. And that's the setup. So the very first thing when you run a solo tournament, the AI is going to be on the back side of these clock cards. So let's give it another shuffle, a few more shuffles. And so the first thing you do at the very start of each round is you draw one of these and you flip it over, and you do what it tells you to do on here. If you've ever played Viticulture, it's very similar in how the layout goes. I think in Viticulture it had like a summer and then a winter on the top and bottom. So this has the bait shop on top, which tells you which card to delete in the row and remove from the tournament, and then the bottom portion, it tells you which card to remove or catch. The X means remove, a check mark means to catch it. So we'll delete the second position here, and we will remove the top card of the fourth position. And you are allowed to look at it, and then you just remove it from the game. And that's all that the AI did this turn, so we will now move on to our turn. And the first thing you always want to do is look at the top card of the clock deck. Don't really pay attention to the time up there because it's not in order, but look down here in the bottom portion. And for our search phase, which is the very first phase of our turn, we're going to have to discard a card. So I look in here, and I'm just going to probably discard one of these paws. Okay, and then now we look and see if we have any cards in our hand that can be played during the search phase, and we do not. So we move on to the cast phase. During the cast phase, you have to play at least one lure, and that lure, or at least one lure, must be in your hand to start the phase. The reason for that is because I don't think it was very thematic to like be able to like play cards during the cast phase to try to draw cards, to try to draw a lure, because if you didn't draw a lure, it really wouldn't make sense. If I'm doing like a different things to draw cards during the cast phase, and you didn't draw a lure, it'd be kind of like, okay. So the reason why I did it was more of like a thematic purpose, and also to give you more of a focus. Like during the search phase, you might want to get cards that have card draw so that you always have a lure. But you won't run into too many times where that's going to be a problem. You start off your deck with 4 lures in it to begin, and so you shouldn't have a problem with that as you go. Now you will lose some of them, like these live bait lures. You get lost and stuff. So, but the bait shop row has plenty to buy. So it's just a little thematic thing that I put in the rules. And so keep that in mind. You have to have one lure in your hand, and it must be in your hand at the start of the cast phase, which would be now. And we do have 2 lures, so we're good to go. And I'm going to go ahead and just play one out there, this black one here. I have no idea what's out in the lake, so I am going to make some casts out there, and part of the mechanics for the cast is so that you can get an idea of what's out there. So I'm going to go ahead and cast in this first position, and I get to see what it is. If you were playing multiplayer, you would keep this a secret, and then you would put it right back if you didn't get it to bite. In this case, this fish is going to take 10 power and a green lure, and I have casted with no power and a black, so I do not attract that fish at all, but I do know it's there. Now you get another cast. You get 2 casts for free per turn. Now you can get more with effects such as this quick sling. You can gain additional ones, so I would have 3, and there are some other cards as well to do that. So now I get 1 more cast for free. Now the other thing about this is, once I play these cards at the beginning before my first cast, I can no longer play anything else. So you want to make sure that you've played everything you want to for all your casts. Now there is one exception to that. If you have hook cards, such as this one here, these are able to be played and kind of break that rule, because these are the only cards that you can play as a response to looking at a fish. So if I looked at that 10, when I looked at that 10 green, I could have played a hook if I wanted to. Say that I was a little bit short, I could have played the hook and got a little bit more power, which is the 3 with the fishing pole there, and then I would have been able to attract him. And so that's the power of the hook cards, and that's why I colored them red, so that, because red usually indicates that you need to pay attention. So that's sort of why I chose it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and make our second cast right here using no power and a black lure, and lo and behold, we get our first event of the game. Since it's a cast, we do resolve it, and if we get some scan effects, I will go over that later. But the only difference between a scan and a cast attempt is you resolve. On a scan, you do not resolve these. You just kind of see that it was there. On a cast, you do resolve this. And it says lose your lure from play, and then immediately end the cast phase. Now, since it was already our second cast, we were going to end it anyway. So that didn't really hurt us. Now, if I would have casted into that the first cast, then it would have hurt us because we wouldn't have got a second cast. So, but we'd lose our lure. So anytime a live bait lure is lost, they just go to the bait bucket. So the bait bucket is a little area over here designated as a general buy pool that any angler can buy from on their turn if there's anything in there. So if I lost it and then I didn't buy it back, the next player could buy it. And you'll see how that kind of works perhaps in this playthrough, because there are times where you want to kind of want to get a different color lure, and so you can kind of swap them out. It's pretty cool. So anyway, after you resolve that event, you'll go ahead and remove it from the tournament. I'm just going to delete it. So now I've made my 2 casts. I knew that was a 10 green and that was a snag, so I don't know what the next card is. And now I move on past the reel phase because nothing. I didn't attract a fish to bite. So now I've looked down in here, and for some reason, let's see, there. I don't know if you're able to see that. I wasn't able to see it, but now I can see the money down here in the bottom left. And I have 4 money. All of your starting cards cost 1, and they all have 1 symbol here in the top left panel there. So they're all worth 1 money if you discard them during the buy phase, which we are in the buy phase right now. So I'll look up here and see if there's anything I want to get. It looks like we do have some really good cards. We have a deep set, a lift, and a quick sling. Trying to think what I want to get. I do want to get either one of these hooks or this one. Well, actually I could get both. How about we do that? We'll discard all 4 to generate 4 money, and we're going to just discard them. We're not playing them. So there is a difference between that. And hopefully it'll come out to play. I'll be able to explain more about it later, why there's a difference and why it matters. But for all intents and purposes, we look up in the top right corner. We're going to buy both of these cards because they're each cost $2, and we paid $4. So one thing I do want to keep in mind too is this black lure is the only black lure that I have in my deck. Or I had in my deck. So that means I can't catch any black. All I have is, there's 4 colors in the game, and my other lures are going to be those colors. So as you play the game more, you're going to want to keep that in mind. So we'll draw back up to 6 during the cleanup phase. We would have discarded anything we played, but we didn't have anything out there. And then we're going to refill the bait shop. And that's it. Now we move to the next turn, the second turn, and see what the AI does. So he's going to delete the middle card. And then this action here means you get to choose which lake spot that he removes the top card from. So there might be a case where we would want to remove a card to either prevent the AI from getting it, or just to get like in a nasty event out of the way. I only know that there's a 10 green there, and I honestly don't know if I'm going to be able to even get 10 power, and I don't really want the AI to get it. So I'm very tempted to have him delete. I think I'm going to, even though it'll kind of get rid of me even knowing anything about the lake. I'm going to get rid of it so that the AI doesn't get it, because I'm worried about him getting it. Okay, so now I move on to the search phase of my turn. I don't have any effects. Your starting deck does not have any effects in the search phase, so unless you've bought some, you're not going to have any, or unless there's one on the clock effect here. But this one, it's on the cast phase. We're going to get +2 angular power as a base. We must have found a good spot, or it's a good time of the day. So we're getting +2, and then I'm going to play my quick sling to get us up to 5, and we gain 3 cast. We get to do 3 cast attempts this turn, unless we get aborted for some reason. If you do get aborted, then you do forfeit any other cast that you have remaining. You don't get to use them. So we have 5 here, and let's go ahead and throw out a yellow. I don't know what's out there at all. So we're going to do a quick sling with this yellow minnow, and we have 5 power. And remember, the hook cards can be played after you look, so I can boost this up if I happen to find something I want. So let's just go back here. I have a 6 black. So let's remember that is there if we can. And then my second attempt, should I cast there? I don't remember if I knew what that was. No, that was a snag, wasn't it? So 4 red. Now if I used the grasshopper, I would have attracted it, but I didn't know it was there, but now I do. So I can flip that back and put it right back there. Nothing happened, but I do have one more cast. I forgot, sorry. So I'm just gonna go on down the line, and a 10 black, wow. And I don't have any black lure here anymore. So it was, I've already forgotten. 4 red. I don't remember what that one was, and this was a 10 black. And that's the part of the game. You have to use your memory, and even though I just cast it there, since I'm talking, I don't remember what it was. I think it was like a 6 black, but anyway. Let's go on to we skip the real phase, go to the buy phase. So, let's see what I want to do here. Quick reel, hold still. I think I'm going to swap out my grasshopper. So here's a reason. I can pay 1 to get this worm instead of the grasshopper. So I'm going to basically discard it to get the grasshopper. Now these don't go into your hand until the end of the phase, so I'm going to keep it over here. And then I can still buy stuff. You can buy as much as you want or can. I'm going to spend this one and that one for 2 money to get the hold still. Oh, sorry, it's going to go over here. And then I'm going to keep my deep set. I'm not going to use it for its 3 money. And then at the end of the phase, these come into my hand. And now I've set up to where the hold still is going to be giving me 4 power to this worm because it's going to boost live bait. So I'm planning on trying to get this 10 black next time, unless the AI does something to it, which I don't have any control over. So let's see. Let's flip our deck over, shuffle it, and draw 3. And then we will refill the bait shop and flip it over. Okay, so he's going to catch this position, and I didn't remember what it was, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, it was a 6 black. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I deleted it for some reason. Good thing that this has a Control Z to undo your last move. So we're going to give him that because in this action he actually catches it. There's a check mark there. So I wasn't supposed to delete it. Alright, now we move to our turn. So the AI's turns are real simple, real quick. Oh, I forgot to do the bait shop. I'm saying it's real quick because I didn't even do that. But yeah, they are very fast. You just look, remove, and catch. And then you're straight onto your turn, so it's really fast to resolve the AI. Alright, so this time it's 6 a.m. and we get +3 in our cast phase. So let's see here. That's great because I've set myself up to possibly, my goal is to get 10 power and use this black. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the black out there, the black lure, and then that's 3, 6, 10. Perfect. That's perfect. So 3, and then that puts me up to 7 because this is a live bait lure, so it gets 4. And then I'm going to use this as a response after I cast there. Now here's the thing. I could cast straight there because I know the 10 black is there. But then I wouldn't know what anything else is, and well, I think that was a 4 red. So I wouldn't know that's there. But I could use the benefit of this, since I'm going to have 3 casts, to cast other places. Problem is, you might cast into an event, you might cast into a smaller fish that you weren't trying to get, and so you got to be careful. And it is sort of a gamble. And this AI is pretty tough to beat, so I think at the same time I don't have much margin for error here, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and I'll take 1 gamble. I'll cast here. Okay, so now I know that's a 9 yellow, and that's good information. So do I want to gamble one more time? I don't think I'm going to. I think that's a good, if I remember that's a 9 yellow, it'll be a miracle. So let's go ahead and see. Alright, so now I only have 7. Oh wait, no I don't. I forgot about the 3 over here. Oh man, I didn't even have to play the quick swing. Okay, so I'm going to take back just because I forgot, just for demonstration purposes. So this is 7 already because of the +3. And so I didn't want to play the quick swing because I didn't have to. You don't, in this game, you don't want to put out too much more power than you need because you want to save cards in your hand. And I want to play this deep set though because it does give me that reroll any one fight die during the real phase, and I really want that. So essentially, I'm picking this back up, and I'm going to be playing that one instead because I forgot about that. And most of the time, if I was playing multiplayer, I wouldn't have allowed myself to do that. But in solo, come on, let's go. I mean, I would have been able to do it. So let's do it. Okay, so this fish is 10 points. I have the 10 power to attract it. I have the right lure, the black, and now I look down here in the bottom left corner, and I see that he rolls all 3. The white, orange, and purple die. And then the re-roll symbol there at the end means if he gets a blank on any of the dice, you have to re-roll them 1 time. So let's take all 3 of the dice, and this will be the first time we give him a roll, and let's see what we get. Okay, so he did get 2 blanks, and I have to re-roll both of those 1 time. So let's see what he ends up getting. Alright, one of them stayed a blank. That's good. The other 2 are jumps. Oh, man. You know, and that's just how it goes. If you look at I look at my hand, and I have to basically respond to that roll. And the way you do that is you look in the top left corner, and you look at the symbol pane here, and I've got a yellow symbol there on this card. I got a yellow on the next one, and then I've got a yellow and a red, which is basically debris in a boat. But I don't have any jumps. This is the jump symbol. I don't have any. So even though I do have a reroll, it's not going to help me, because if I did get a blank on one of these, it wouldn't matter because I can't counter the other one. So I'm going to lose this fish after all that. And this worm, since we made it to the real phase, is going to get placed in the bait bucket as well. So I lost my bait, and I lost the fish. In that case, you flip it back over, and you put it to the very bottom of the lake spot position that you caught it from. So now that one's on the bottom, chances are I'll never see it again. So let's see. And that's it. We tried to catch him, we didn't catch it, and that's just part of the game. Oh, alright, but you know, there's plenty of time left, so let's see what else we can do here. We have the quick sling, which generates 3 money, and then the other 2 generate 1 money. And so let's look and see. Do I want another quick swing? It might be good. There's a quick reel, which I don't really want 2 quick slings, but at the same time it might be nice. So let's do G. The only thing about I want to say about the casts, the quick sling, if I do buy that, what happens is if I have both of them in my hand, I can only play 1. And your starting deck does start out with 1 cast in it. It gives you just 2 power. So I'm going to have 3 casts in my deck if I buy that. And so, you know, it's going to make it where I can only play 1 cast, so I might not want to do that. But since in this game each card has 3 uses, this can also be used for 3 money. It can also be used for 2 of its symbols, either one of the symbols there. So, you know, if I'd have had this one during this attempt, I might have been able to catch that fish, but I'd had this one. Now they're all different. Like the way I've done the game is all of the symbols are distributed evenly throughout all of the cards, and each card is different. Like you will never see. Well, actually, I should take that back. There's one card in the game that has all 3 symbols, and it's the net, and so that one does have the same on each one. But all the other cards have different symbols. Okay, or different distributions. Like this one has a green red, that one has a yellow red. So it just makes it where everything is evenly distributed. So let's see. I said all of that to say that I don't want to buy the quick sling. I think I'm going to buy the quick reel, and I'm going to keep the quick sling in my hand and discard everything I played. Draw back up to the hand size of 6. And then refill the bait shop. Oh man, I'm getting a lot of cast cards. There's a perfect spot there. Side pop, fish finder. Okay. let's see what the AI does. So he's going to catch this one, which I don't think I knew what that was. So he gets an 8 black, and then he's going to delete that one. So this time during the cast phase we get +1. We'll have to keep that in mind. And there is my pitch cast card, which I cannot play. I'll have to choose one of these to play. I can't play both. Alright. Let me think if I remember what is out there. That one was a 9 yellow. I think that's the only thing I know. Can I get to 9 power? That'd be 3. I can't play that one. 4, 5, 6, 7. Nah. I can't get the 9 pair with the yellow. This quick reel is gonna boost artificial lures, which that is an artificial lure, so I could get 9 green. But that's it. So let's go ahead and use the quick sling so I can get so I can hopefully cast to a bunch of different spots and figure out what's out there. And then let's use the sinker, and I'm just going to kind of make some cast. I've got 4 power. I could boost it up to 6 with the set. I know there's a 9 there, so let's go ahead and, I don't remember what that one is, so let's go there. That's a 4 red. I probably knew that was there already, but I do have 2 more cast attempts, so let's go here. Oh no, another event. I have to discard a card. Okay, so let's delete that from the game and let's see what we want to discard. Let's discard the pitch. Yeah, the pitch. Alright, and then I'm going to cast right back there. See, for my last cast. Okay, so that... this actually might be a good time to do this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. I have 4 power. I'm going to play my set to get up to 6. This one takes any color lure, so that green will be just fine. That alligator gar was hungry, so he takes any color. And I've got 2 cards here to hopefully counter these 2 dice, which is going to be the green, or sorry, the purple and the orange. So let's see what he rolls. Alright, he does not have the reroll symbol on his card. However, I look over here, let's see what he gets. He's got a yellow debris. This symbol here means any card. You could discard any card. So I can discard any, and then I would need a debris. It just so happens that in my hand I only have a jump and a boat, and I have no debris. Therefore, I lose this fish as well. So this spot right here just is not being good for me at all. So I flip that back over, and he dives to the bottom. Man, I'm not catching any fish. I'm losing them. But I'm hooking some. I'm just not having luck. Okay, but I do have 4 money to spend. So there is some good out of that. So let's go ahead and play the quick reel for its 3 money and buy the fish finder, which will give us some scan. I'll be able to show you how that works. And do I want to get the black? I'm going to keep the yellow. And that's it. Let's go ahead and discard what we played. Draw to our hand size. We're going to need to draw 1 more. Let's flip, shuffle. Okay. And go ahead and refill the bait shop and draw for the AI. Okay, he's going to delete the 4th card there, and then he's going to remove this one from the game. So it's 7 green. Alright, now we look at this card. We get to scan a lake spot. So let's go ahead and, I know that's a 9 yellow, 4 red. I don't know what's here. Let's scan this one. 4 yellow. Okay. And then I'm going to play my fish finder, and that allows me to scan 2 spots. So let's scan both of these. Now scanning, you just look at it kind of like a cast, and then you just turn it right back over and put it back. So it gives you some information right before your right before your cast phase, so that you can hopefully line it up, what colors you need and how much power. So I get 1 more scan. So ooh, there's a snag over there. Okay. Alright, so oh, and I just saw that event. During a scan, you don't resolve it, you just know it's there. In multiplayer, you can scan that spot, and then you're going to kind of know if somebody casts there, they're going to get in trouble, but they don't know. unless they scan there as well. Okay, I think I'm going to try to go 5 power if I can. I've got 2 from the fish finder, and the pause is going to boost live bait lures, so that I can get that. Let's do it like this. I only need 5, so that reel is only going to give me 1. The reason why I did the reel instead of the pause is because see how that has a boat, and well, it ain't gonna matter too much. I'm not gonna have a jump. So if he rolls a jump, I'm gonna lose him. But hey, I've got to kind of gamble here. So I've got 5 power and a yellow, and I'm gonna go ahead and cast. And I believe it was right there. Yep. All right. So we attracted him, and he took that minnow. So the white and the orange dice, and he's gonna re-roll, and he blanks. Okay, so he didn't get any blanks. Oh, finally I'm able to catch one. So he's got the yellow debris, which I do have. The grasshopper can counter that one. And then this one's any card. So I discard both of these. I do not play them. I discard them. And therefore, I have caught this fish. He'll go in my live well over here. Hooray, I got on the board. And the minnow, place this card in the bait bucket if you make it to the reel phase, which essentially amounts to if you get him to bite, then they go over here. Alright, and I have no cards in my hand, so I have to skip the buy phase. So we'll just go ahead and refill that, discard everything, and then we'll draw back up to our 6 cards and see what the AI does. So he's going to delete the 3rd and the 5th, and he's going to catch this one, which I think was the 5 red or 4 red. Alright, now we have -1 in our cast phase for this turn, and let's see what we got here. We got quick reels, a reel, quick sling, we got the hold still. We don't have any lures though. Bummer. As you remember when I talked about earlier, see 2 of our lures are over here in the bait bucket. And now we don't have any lures in our hand, but we do have some lures in the bait shop. So I think I'm gonna have to take a turn and just not go fishing this turn. I'm gonna actually go buy a bunch of stuff. So I'm gonna skip my cast phase because I have to, because I do not have a lure, and I'm gonna go in here and get some lures. So I'm gonna play the hold still for 3 money. Actually, I'm not going to play it. I'm going to discard it. So that's 3. I'm going to play the pitch for 4 and get the diver. That's a black and a yellow. And then I'm going to play... I think I might just want to go with that. I don't know. Let me think. See if I can do... Get the lift. But I have the deep set already. Okay, so I could... Alright, I'm going to do that. I'm going to play the deep set. I'm going to discard the deep set to get the lift into my hand. And that's going to give me 3 of those, but I'm going to go with it. I like the hook cards a lot, so it's kind of my style. And that's what I'm going to do. So basically I kind of traded out that deep set for the lift, which is a lift is a little bit better card, because you get to flip the die instead of re-roll it, so it's pretty powerful. Alright, now we're gonna... I could buy the frog. No, I probably could. Okay, so I bought the lift and the diver, and then I'm gonna refill the bait shop. Get together. Okay. Flip. Alright. And then I think I'm only gonna draw 1 card. Yep. To get to 6. I got another hook. See what the AI does. It's going to delete the net, and there's the 1 card that has 3 symbols. The net. Delete and delete, and he's going to catch this middle card. 6 yellow. Okay. We're going to have -2 in our cast phase. Oh man, it's just not really working out. But we do have a lure, so we can cast. It's just, man, we have -2 to our base cast this turn. I would like to go for this 9 yellow, but we'll see. So I'm going to play the diver, which gives us a draw a card. So that's good. We drew into a sinker. Now I do have a quick sling to get 3, but I have the quick reel for 4. The reel will counter that essentially, so I've got 4 power right now, and I could play the quick sling to get us to 7, and that would get us to 9. I think I'm going to try it. Let's try it. Maybe I'll get lucky this time. Okay, so I'm going to cast here. I'm not going to gamble. Am I going to gamble? Nope. I'm not going to gamble because I need to catch this thing. So there's the extra 2 I needed. Now if this wouldn't have been there, I could have saved that card, but I kind of had to counter that 2 to even get this thing. So I had to play 5 cards to attract this thing, and I only have 2 in my hand. And he rolls 3 dice. He doesn't get a reroll though. So let's see if he rolls 1 blank, I'll be able to do it. Oh yes! Look what he rolled. He did roll a blank, and this is an any. I can discard any and a jump, and I have a jump and a lift. So here we go. Discard, discard. I caught you. Yes. Well, okay. That was exciting. Okay. So I played all 5 cards. So thematically look at this. This is what I love about this game, is that, okay, I started out with a click sling, with a cast. I did a little quick reeling, then I just did a little bit slower reeling, and then I set the hook, and I used this diver. I mean, it's just, and I attracted this big old blue catfish. It's just perfectly thematic. I love it. So anyway, let's go ahead and refill the bait shop. I hope you love it too, if you end up buying it or playing it. Okay, discard everything we played, and we need to draw it back up. We don't have any cards in our, so let's flip, move it over, oops, move it over, shuffle, and draw 6. I was only going to do a few rounds, but I'm kind of enjoying this. I have 5 rounds left, it looks like. So we'll keep going for maybe a couple more rounds. I just want to give you an idea of how this plays, just so that you can see if you want to participate in the crowd fund coming up. So let's see, flip this over, and we're going to delete the frog and the trolling motor, and then this middle card is going to be gone. Oh, it's a backlash. Okay, so that event's gone, and we just remove it. There is a case where if that would have been a catch, with a check mark, a green check mark, we would go to the next card. We would delete that event and then go to the next one. He's always going to catch a fish if you can. He's going to keep going down, drilling down until he gets one. Okay, so let's do our turn. I'm trying to remember if I even know what anything is, but what's great is I have the fish finder, which is a little instrument on your boat that can detect where fish are. It might give you an idea of where to cast, and that's exactly what this card does. So we're going to get +2, and once again we have -2, so these are going to kind of counter each other out, cancel each other out. So we're going to have a base of 0 right now, and we get to scan 2 lake spots. So let's see what that one is. 5 black and 4 green. Okay, I've got a sinker, so I do have a green. Could end up going there if I can get 4. So let's pitch it out there, and let's use the set for the sinker. So we're going to pitch the sinker out there, and then I'm going to set the hook to get 4 power. But I do want to cast somewhere else potentially. So let's cast over here. Oh, I forgot. Oh man, I knew that was there, but I forgot. So we got a snag, and so that gets deleted, but so does our lure. We lose our lure, and that's an artificial lure, so he's gone by. And then, so I was going to cast right back here, but whenever it said immediately in the cast phase on that event, so I basically have to go to the buy phase right away. So that's a big bummer, but that's why it's an event. An unfortunate event happened on the lake. I just snagged that sinker down on the bottom somewhere and lost it. So okay, let's see what we can buy so we can make any good use out of this turn. I have the hold still, which gives me 3 money, and then 2 others. So I could do a total of 5 power. So I could buy the sharp hook and the spinnerbait, or the sharp hooks and the fish finder. Since I lost the lure, let's go ahead and buy that and that. So I'm going to spend all of my money. I accidentally put it on the live well. And then I'm going to buy the sharp hooks, which will go into my hand. Both go into my hand at the end of the turn, at the end of that phase. Now we move to cleanup, discard everything we played, draw back up to hand size, and refill the bait shop. See what the AI does. I'm going to delete, and then we're going to delete whatever that was. 5 black. So we knew that the 4 green is there. I get +1 on my cast phase this turn. I need to find some big fish is what I need to do. Because I got some pretty good power now. I know the 4 is there. 4 green. Do I know anything else? I don't remember seeing any big fish. Alright, so let's go to this search phase, which I have nothing. Now let's move into the cast phase. I'm going to put out the sharp hooks because they give you a base power of 3, and you don't they stay in play. So this is an attachment card. It'll stay in play until the red condition text is triggered. So they're kind of a special case of card, and they don't get discarded in the cleanup. You leave them out there until the red condition text is fulfilled. So I'm going to lock that one down so that I don't accidentally discard it at the wrong time. So that'll give me a base of 3, 4. I've got 4 to start off. The spinnerbait, if the fish is 6 or higher, gives you +2. So I could really, even with just that spinnerbait, I can get up to, if it was a 6-point fish, I could already attract it if it was a green or red. And then this lift could get me up to 9. So this is looking great. I'm going to go ahead and play out my quick sling so I can cast into some stuff, more stuff, and then I'm going to play my spinnerbait. I'm going to leave everything else in my hand. And so we're casting with a base of 7, and this could potentially boost it up. And so we're looking pretty good. I get 3 casts. I don't know what's here, so let's see what it is. Alright, it's a 7 yellow. And so we do not match the color. We do have enough power, but not the right color. That's the 4 green, I believe. Let's see. So let's cast here. Oh, perfect. So I didn't know that was there, but I'll take it. That's part about this game. Like, just when you're fishing in real life, if you cast somewhere, you don't really know that it's there, and all of a sudden something takes your hook. So we've got 7 power. This would actually trigger to get it up to 9 since it's 6 or higher. So we have 9 power, which is plenty of power. We've got the right color. So let's move to the reel phase. The reel phase is going to roll a white and a purple, and he gets to re-roll any blanks. Alright, so that blank will get re-rolled, and he gets a jump, it looks like. So he gets a jump and a boat. Oh, perfect. So I do have a jump here. Now, this is a good time to talk about this. This symbol pane gives me a jump or a debris, green or yellow, and it's an or type thing. You get to choose which one, so it makes it more versatile to have in your hand. So I'm going to choose that one to be the jump to counter that die. So I'm going to discard it, and then I'm going to use the pause for its red and discard it. So I've countered both the dice, and therefore that 6-point fish goes in my live well. I've caught him. Alright, and I'm left with a $1 grasshopper, which I could use to switch out over here if I can remember what I need. I think that the only one I remember is a green. What was this one? I don't remember. Why do I know? Oh, it's 7 yellow. Okay, so I will switch it out to that with this, just because I might as well, because I know that that's a yellow one. Which one was it? This one was a 7 yellow. Alright. Oh, and the other thing is, since the sharp hooks, I did catch a fish, it will get discarded at that point in time. So I will unlock it and discard it as well. And then I will move to cleanup, discard everything I played, refill the bait shop, and draw back up to hand size. A 6. Let's see what we got the AI doing. We're going to be deleting that one. And then, okay, this action here means he can catch. You get to choose the top card that he catches from. So if I've known a low fish somewhere, I do know this one's pretty low. I'm going to give him that one. Because I'll let him have a 4. That's fine. Okay. Well, I got that. I get to scan. I always look at the clock card because you want to be able to make use of that. So the search phase, which is always the first part of your turn, you get to scan a lake spot. So let's go ahead and look at right here because we just don't know what's there anymore. So that one is a 3 of any color lure. That's not a really good fish to get at the end, towards the end of the game, which we only have 3 turns left. So let's see. I want to try to get 7. That's my goal. So I only need. Oh, I can get it for sure. For sure, I can get it. So the quick reel will give me 4 if I play because it boosts artificial lures. So if I play the diver, that'll already give me 4. The diver lets me draw a card. So let's go ahead and do that. Shuffle, and then we'll draw a card. Oh, I got into a quick sling. Okay. So now I only need 3 power. I could play the quick sling, or I could wait. No, I'm gonna wait and use the deep set. That's what I'm gonna do. Yep. Okay, so for this time, I cast it out there. I did a quick reel. I didn't use a cast card, but I cast it out there with like a 0 power, invisible card here. So I cast it out with just my base 0 cast, and then I did a 4 reel with a black and yellow lure. I know that's there. I could gamble, but this late in the game I'm not going to gamble. And then that's 7. I need 3 more, and as a reaction, after you look, you can play hook cards. So I'm going to get the other 3 to make a deep set on that fish, and then I get to re-roll and use 1 fight die if I need to. So let's go to the reel phase, and he's going to roll a purple and an orange. Oh, okay. So I rolled 2 any sides. So yeah, I could re-roll 1 if I want, but why gamble? I'm not going to gamble. I could re-roll. These are optional. You don't have to re-roll. You can if you want to, and I don't want to. I'm going to go ahead and discard this one. Actually, I'm going to discard that one and that one. And then I'll have 2 cards left over, and I caught this fish. Come in my live well. You spotted bass. Okay. Now, I move to the buy phase. I have 4 money. I could get a side pop, which is a good card. I could get a jig, which is a good card. Options. I can't get the master shot. I think it's going to be good to get the fish finder, so I'm going to go ahead and spin the 3 from the quick cast to give me another fish finder. That's one of my favorite cards, so I like to have as many of those as I can. Alright, let's draw back up to hand size, and I'm going to actually just finish this video. We're going to go all 12 rounds, see if I can beat this AI. Alright, so let's see what he does on the second to last turn. He's going to do delete the jig and catch this one, which I don't know if I even knew what it was. Oh, a 5. I'm okay with you getting that 5 for sure. And now it's our turn. We get a +2 in our cast phase, which is great. That'll give us 4 with the fish finder. Now since he casted here, he casted here, I'm going to see what, there's a 7 black now. Do I have a black lure? I do not. So that's not going to really help us. And then I get 1 more. See what this one is. 10 yellow. I don't have a yellow lure either. Okay, so I know not to cast here because that's a 7 black, and that is a 10 yellow, and all I have is a red. So I don't want to cast in any of those spots. Now, I might as well go big. I got a 4 here, and I can boost that up to, so that's basically 8 power red. And I can cast into any, here, here, or here. I don't really remember what any of these are. I might know, but I forgot. So I could play the sharp hooks, but I'm going to keep them in my hand for dice mitigation in case I happen to catch something, hook something. Let me think. Alright, let's go. I'm going to cast my first cast right here. Oh, okay. I did know that was there. I just forgot. But 3 points is 3 points. So he does, basically he takes any color, and I have like 6 power, so this is going to go into the bait bucket, and we're going to roll the yellow and white, the orange and white. Let's see what he gets. 2 jumps, man, this guy is fighting like a crazy. Alright, so you got 2 jumps. I would have to get rid of the sharp hooks and the reel to get 3 points. And it's technically worth it because there's only 1 turn left, and you can only catch one fish per round, so 3 points is 3 points. Better than nothing. Now I have 1 money left, and if I recalled the ones I looked at, which I should, but I don't recall. Why do I not recall? There was a yellow and oh, there was a black. Okay, so I'm going to spend that to get the black. And you know, I'm probably going to draw into black, so maybe I'm going to get into it. So that's 5. And I don't have to worry about the bait shop row because this is the last turn and there's going to be no more buying. So let's go ahead and flip this over. Don't worry about the top portion because there's none left, and he's going to get rid of this card, so that 3 is gone. Alright, this is the last turn, the last reroll. I should have discarded these, and I've got a fish finder. I think this was a 7 black, so it was good that I got this because I didn't get into the black lure. So let's play the fish finder during the search phase and make sure this black is there. 7 black. Alright. Which one did you just remove? So let's look at that one. Okay, so I have a 7 red. Might be better to go for that one. So we either have a 7 black or a 7 red. So let's math this out and see which one is the best option. So this is going to basically give me 2 power. So it would be 4. Oh, I should mention on the very last turn, there is no effect here on the clock, so you have no effect on the very last turn. So that would be 4, and I would only need to get 3 more power, which the lift could give me, and then I would have 3 cards left in my hand. Alternatively, I could play that and need, okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to go spinnerbait into the lift to give me 7. So when I cast, where was it? Here, into the 7 red, this boosts up to 2 because it's a 6 or higher, and then the lift will give me that extra 3 that I need. Let's go ahead and roll the dice. He has no rerolls, and he rolled a debris and a anchor. There's the debris, and there's the thing, anchor. And I didn't even need to use my flip, but it's good to have in case I needed to. And I caught him, so yay. Alright, now the game is over. We move into the final weigh-in and see who caught the most pounds of fish, the most points. Let's see. The AI, we'll go with him first. He has a 6, an 8, a 4, another 6, another 4, and a 5. For me, I've got a 7, a 3, so that's 10, 23, 32, 37. So I got 37. The AI got 14, 23, 33. 33, 37. I won. Woo! I did it. I took him down. And that's Tournament Fishing, the deck building game. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope to see you in the crowd sell campaign in March. Thanks. The next video, by the way, I forgot to mention again that I will do the Rods and Boats expansion. So look forward to that and see how it changes the game. And I really love the expansion. So I'll see you then. Alright, bye-bye.